are going to add in some oil. And then we're going to add in some cinnamon sticks and some whole black pepper, a teaspoon of cumin, and I've got about 2 medium onions and I've cut that into small pieces. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cook the onions till they are nice and golden. So I'm just going to cook the onions on medium heat, so just keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't burn. We want that nice golden colour. The onions are now ready, so we can add our chicken in, and I've got 1 chicken here and I've cut that into pieces. So in that goes. And then we're also going to add in ginger and garlic paste. And just mix that in. And then I'm going to cover and cook until the water has evaporated. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and I'm going to come back to this. Okay guys, so the chicken's now ready. It took about 10 minutes and the water's evaporated. So now we're ready to add in the other ingredients. So what we have is I've got 2 small tomatoes and I removed the skin and I chopped that into small pieces. So we're going to add that in. And if you want to know how I remove the skin, then I've got a tips video which I'm going to link to this video so you can check that out. And then I've also got some tin tomatoes, so we're just going to add a few tablespoons of that as well. So we'll add about 5 to 6 tablespoons. Some salt, and the spices I've got is cumin powder, coriander powder, turmeric, and some red chili powder. So we're just going to give that a mix, and then you can just give that a taste, and if you want to add more salt or chili then you can. So we're just going to mix everything in nicely, and then again I'm going to cover this so all the spices and the tomatoes are nice and soft and the spices are cooked in nicely, and we're then going to add in the Chana Dal. So I'm just going to leave that on there for about 5 minutes. Okay, so that's been cooking for about 4 or 5 minutes now. So the spices have mixed in nicely, the tomatoes are nice and soft, and now we're ready to add in our Chana Dal. I've got approximately 1 1/4 cup of Chana Dal. I've soaked it for a couple of hours. You can also parboil as well if you wanted to. So now we're just going to add that in. And then what we're going to do is just mix that in, the spices and the tomato mixture gently. We don't want to break the chicken, so just be careful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get some water. So I've just got about 2.5 cups of water, some hot water, and we're just going to add that over this, and just enough to cover everything. So what will happen is the Chana Dal will cook nicely, and we don't want it to go mushy. So I think this is enough, and we're just going to let this cook now on low to medium heat, and then I'm going to let this simmer simmer and cook for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come and have a look. But in between that, I am going to check on it to make sure it's cooking, everything's cooking nicely. So guys, this has been cooking for about 20-25 minutes. I'm not sure you can see, but the water has reduced and you should be able to see the oil coming through as well. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. Also, The Chana Dal has cooked nicely as well. It's not mushy as well, so you should be able to see that it's still whole, but it's cooked through. So this is going to go really nicely with some fresh chapatis and some salad. So we'll be ready to serve in 5 minutes.